Hi, Davin. Thanks so much for coming onto the podcast. So this is the first time that I've actually turned on, well, it's not the first time I turned on the video because I always have the video on, but I've always told people that they don't have to have video. It makes it slightly easier, but I've had requests for video, so we're going to try and do it this time. And so I'd just like to say how I found out about the Butler studio, and I think you might be able to see in the background. Can you see? Yeah, so I'm going to get it actually. So in 2015, we won this lovely award for the Skull Enterprise Awards Arts Tourism winner. So this was a sculpture done, yeah, isn't it absolutely beautiful? We couldn't believe the award was so wonderful, and we've loved it ever since. And I think it was done by your dad.
Yeah, I think my dad and my brother maybe helped out a little bit. They might have made a couple of those or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm glad to see you still have it up there anyway.
Yeah, isn't it absolutely beautiful? I thought it was so nice that they commissioned such beautiful awards, because awards are normally very boring and ugly. So this is beautiful. We're very happy with it. So I'll put her beside us there while we're talking. And yeah, it's copper, so it's a swan. But maybe you could tell me a bit more about this sculpture. Do you know anything else about it? I'm not sure what this piece is here, for instance. Is it just decoration, or?
I'm not actually sure. I'd have to ask my dad or my brother, but I know the swans were we took inspiration from the Children of Lear story. The children that were turned into swans and flew away. So I think that might be why we started doing swans, or maybe we just, liked swans. But yeah, I think so they look similar to those sculptures that we did of the Children of Lear. So.
Yeah, I think so. So there was three children went and three swans. So, and I've seen some bigger pieces you've done of swans, but they're absolutely beautiful. Right. So I'm not sure if that's your signature work, but that's definitely the first time I came across you. And I've been following the studio ever since. And we've been trying to get grants along the way. Some of them didn't come off, and I've been emailing you saying, would you do this? And then nothing happened of it. But this time the leader grant has come through. And you are in the process at the moment of making a sculpture for us. So would you like to tell us what that sculpture is?
Yeah, no problem. It's a Ladies Tresses Orchid. I hope I'm saying that right. And the sculpture it's just over 7 feet tall. And I guess it's composed of mostly a stem, and then these flowers or blooms spiral along the stem as it goes up. And the blooms are white in color. And yeah, I've done some enamel on the blooms to kind of get that glossy kind of glass finish on it. And that's it. Yeah, I think there's a bird going on top now as well.
There might be a little bird, little wren.
A little wren.
Yeah.
A wren, yeah. I guess a wren or a robin. They're both okay.
Or a robin, yeah.
But if you want a wren, that's fine.
Oh, I think wrens are so special.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously you're the artist, so it's your decision. And we went across with Lima, with the guys from Lima Design, Martin and Lindsay, last week to have a look at the sculpture in progress, which was so wonderful because we got to look into the workshop and see all the copper. It's all recycled copper.
We were just looking at some of the blooms in progress.
Yeah, you just cut these shapes out of copper and then stick them together once you bend them, and you got the frills there and stuff like that. And then that's just one, and then enameling after that, I suppose.
I was just fascinated by all the little bits underneath them.
Yeah, they're past projects that we kind of gave up on.
The graveyard.
Yeah, that's the graveyard actually. Yeah.
Recyclable though.
It is, yeah. recycled copper. So it's like you see there, it's just that's all plumbing pipes, and the wire is electrical wire. So it's all recycled basically.
Yeah.
Which is,
That's really important, isn't it? Sorry.
yeah. I mean, I do say copper is kind of valuable, so it's maybe not the same as taking stuff out of landfill, but it's still, you're not taking it directly from like a mine or anything, so that's good. It's in circulation, I suppose.
Yeah.
Flip it out anyway.
I was going to say that we start with a copper pipe, which
Yeah.
you can imagine, and then we spend it a little bit, and then basically we get loads of copper wire and just melt it on into it. So that's all kind of droplets of copper. It's almost like kind of like a wax melting onto it or something. Like it's they're all, if you can imagine those like as droplets, you can kind of see it more so up there. That's basically it. Just going along the whole thing of copper wire and welding torch and just melting more stuff into it.
And
Just
that's how you attach these pieces to that?
also just
Melt onto the...
pretty much.
Okay.
Cut out this shape and then melt it on or weld it on there.
Yeah.
We just kind of hammer the pipe into that shape and then.
Now that I'm using a kiln, we just get the shape of the flower and then we spray it with a solution of kind of water and this sticky kind of solution, and then once it's coated with that, we sprinkle on powdered glass enamel, and then we put that in the kiln, and then that's layer one, and then we do a few layers of that.
Okay. Has that taken quite a while, or?
It does take a little while, It takes for each one.
Longer than I thought of it.
Longer than I thought. That's the hard part. I'm learning a lot.
Learning a new process.
Learning a new process. It's a whole thing. It's in itself, the enameling. So I haven't done too much of it before, but getting a crash course now.
Mention about the colouring of the copper.
It does go different colours if you heat it up, but we usually just paint it with turquoise colour because those like pinks and purples, they fade over time basically, so it's hard to keep them, but they do look really nice. I always wanted to keep them, but I eventually kind of let go. But
shine it up as well.
The last, like the final fifth or sixth of the process, it really comes together once you like put the turquoise and shine it all up, and it kind of transforms into a new sculpture almost then.
What about the scale of the piece? Is this something, have you worked at this scale before? Or?
This is the biggest one I've ever done, I think. Although it is kind of just tall. It's definitely the tallest one I've done. I've done like big trees that have loads of leaves and they're similar maybe amount of work, but this is definitely the tallest.
So we're going to add blooms all the way up the stem, aren't we, to the top? So how many have you got to add?
I've no 3, and then I might take these off again. I'm not sure. They might be, I'm not sure, but it looks like maybe 10 or 12. I was counting the diagram as well. There was like 15, I think, altogether. So it's close at the moment. But
and this is the Ladies Tresses, isn't it? So they kind of
spiral around.
To the top, don't they?
I wanted to start the spiral so you get an idea of what I'm thinking. So there's.
And learn about the process, and you're in the middle of making it, and then instantly when we saw the sculpture, it was a thumbs up. It was looking really, really good. So this is just a little bit to add. I'm going to try and get some of that video patched into this short little interview, and just to find a bit of background. So how did Butler sculpture start?
Well, it started with my dad. He welded from a young age. He didn't finish school, and I think he didn't do an apprenticeship. He worked as a fabricator, and then shortly after that, maybe when he was 18, he went to Dublin, worked as a fabricator there, and then he moved to Germany and also worked on just welding in shipyards and stuff. And then eventually, fast forward a while, he had that skill, but he was kind of sick of welding and working for other people and just working in factories and stuff like that. So he tried making a few sculptures and didn't know what to do at first. He got his brother actually to draw a few pictures and just to see if he was able to replicate them. And he made a few, and then he brought them to Kenny's in Galway, and Tom Kenny liked the sculptures and gave him a chance, and then that was kind of the start of everything, really. So we kept going, and then And those sculptures sold, I guess, luckily. So he got some encouragement, and
not
I don't know, maybe all a bit of luck.
successful.
It's hard to know.
I don't think it's luck. They obviously had the skills as well. Do you remember what the first ones were of?
Yeah, actually, funnily enough, I do actually have the very first one here.
Oh my goodness!
This
and this isn't planned, by the way. So it's just like
no, it's in my, this is my bedroom. So it's a cowboy, and
a cowboy, hilarious.
And yeah, you might notice it's made out of steel, not copper.
Oh, he's made out of steel. Yeah.
Yeah, so he started with steel, and then gradually just realized copper was easier to work with. It's just more malleable and stuff. And yeah, started working with copper, and it just went from there. And I just think he always had encouragement from people saying they're nice, and people bought them, and just kept going. So
yeah,
like
and he's
30
obviously
years later, we're still doing it. So
very creative. And then he bred 2 creative sons. Well, I don't know how many is in your family, but how many are involved in the business?
Yeah, so me and my brother are doing it full time at the moment here in Furbo, and then my sister she does it whenever she's home, but she's just moved to Sydney, and she's actually she found a workshop, so she's going to make some sculptures there soon, hopefully. Yeah. So we're all keeping it going. I think we all like it, and yeah, for me, I think I'm going to keep doing it for the next while.
Oh, good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, very good. And the place is wonderful. There's a little bubbling brook beside the workshop, and it's just outside of Galway City on the Connemara. Well,
yeah,
it's Furbo, isn't it? So,
Furbo,
yeah. So I'm not sure do you take visitors if people are interested in dropping by, or not really?
Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, people can come out and see the gallery if they like. We usually just say to contact us first, because we might not be there. It is there just home, so we might be out or whatever. It's not exactly a working gallery or shop or anything. So yeah.
So I put the links obviously as well, but it's Butler Studios.
Yeah, Butler Sculpture. It's
sorry, Butler Sculpture.
Yeah, you might find us anyway. We've got a website too.
Yeah, we got nearly to you, and then a dog kind of brought us the last little bit. It was your neighbour's dog. And we're like, oh, which way is it? And he's like, down this way. So we followed him. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's Benny. Very friendly dog, actually. Yeah. I give a shout out to him.
So what was the first sculpture that you completed? Do you remember?
I think, I'm not exactly sure. It was either a tree with a little robin on it, which would just be kind of inspired what my dad does, I suppose, and he probably taught me how to do that, and then I made one. I think it was that, or else it was a figure of a woman holding a pot. I can't remember which came first, but they were my first 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some video of around the studio so people will see I love the trees, and you have sort of windblown trees with a little bird on top, and they're absolutely beautiful. Yeah, the trees are very, very special.
But you can tell who's done what here. But there's definitely a house style, isn't there?
I can anyway. I think we're kind of similar, but I can definitely tell. Yeah, like my dad does a lot of these these figures.
Right.
That'd be very much my dad, and the kite lady there.
Yeah.
That's my dad. This is my dad. So he likes those figures, and then Ronan, I would say, he's not here, but this texture is definitely very much his style. So that's Ronan's, and these are Ronan's. He likes this kind of messy, I don't know what you call it. Yeah, that kind of texture anyway.
Yeah, very
And that one in the window is also his.
The face?
Yeah, it's kind of a moon.
And whose is that one?
That's mine, actually. Well,
that's cool. It's like a willow.
I love
your little
yeah. And that's yours?
That's my dad's. I did these ones. These are kind of experimenting with. That's one of the first enamel ones I did. You see the enamel's quite messy, actually. So it might be much better. Much better at it now. And then these ones are also mine with enamel. Yeah, so I've been recently experimenting with enamel.
They nearly look like glass.
Yeah, well, I guess it is. I think it is powdered glass.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Enamel, yeah. So.
And this one is that yours or?
No, that's my dad's.
Liam.
Yeah, Liam's.
Is the little bird? Is that a trademark?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we actually find it hard not to put birds on them.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, do you want to put a bird on ours?
We could,
What do you think, guys?
Yeah, put a bird on it.
Because a robin would sit, wouldn't it?
That would look nice, probably.
You're just going to hold
I'm not
that.
holding you to it. I'm not holding you to it. There's a, oh no, that would be amazing, I think.
No, that might be nice, actually.
Do you get many robins? Is it accurate?
Yeah. We get lots of robins.
Okay.
See, this is what happens. You think we come up with a sculpture, and then we always say, like, oh, we could probably just put a bird on that. We always end up putting the bird.
There's going to be a bird on it.
Just an additional cost.
Oh my god, the wren. I even prefer the wren. And it's so tiny.
Alright, yeah.
Really, really cool.
Do it in scale for the ladies' tresses, and it'd be like that.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be huge. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Anyway, we can discuss that. That's
The
lovely.
robin could be the right scale, I suppose.
Yeah,
and
it could be just like a robin.
realistic
Yeah.
size robin.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
was,
think
I was
that-
only joking about the massive robin.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, have you? What are you making next when you finished with our project? Have you anything in the pipeline or any plans for the?
Plans. I have plans to do some more wall hanging sculptures and use the enamel more, because you can just get all these vibrant colors with the enamel. So I think there's lots of places I could go with that, but I don't have any like exact ideas or exact plans. But yeah, as you know, I'm going to New Zealand now for a year, so it's gonna all be put on hold for a while. But I'm thinking while I'm over there, just think about what I want to do next and draw. Maybe plan like a few sculptures and really draw and like design them and know exactly what I'm doing for when I get back.
Yeah, I think the enamel is very interesting. It looks like, well, it is glass. I mean, it's you put it on as a kind of a sandy material, isn't it? And then you have to fire it, and it melts into glass. So I saw some of your trees they look like beautiful glass decorations on them with the different colors of enamel. So yeah, that works really, really well as well.
I think it works well with the copper, and I think there's lots of potential there. So yeah. I'll keep going with that.
Great. So is there anything else you'd like to say to people, or direct people to your website or any shows or anything that are coming up?
Our biggest show every year is the RDS Art Source show. So we kind of work throughout the year and put some sculptures aside and just get a lot of sculptures ready for that. And we have an exhibition there every year, usually.
Is that open to the general public?
Yeah, so it's just Art Source is this. It's in the RDS, and it's just about maybe 200 artists, and they each have a section or an exhibit, and then it's open to the public, and people walk around, and you can talk to the artists, and you can see everyone's work.
Yeah. So what time of year is that on?
I think I can't remember the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it's in September.
Very good. October. And the people that are listening or watching that aren't in Ireland, the RDS is in Dublin, Royal Dublin Society, and it's it's where they have the big horse show in August. So it's a big exhibition space and venue.
Yeah, and we had an exhibition last year. It was a family exhibition, which is fun. So we had work from the whole family, but that was kind of a once-off. I think it was nice that everyone was home and able to make a few sculptures for that. So I have a story about that which I didn't admit to you. So I was coming into that exhibition, and I picked up my friend, and we said we'd stop in the G Hotel for a cocktail, and the cocktail went on for so long that I was thinking, I really want to go to the exhibition. Eventually we got back in the car, and there was only one cocktail, but it was chat. Yeah.
And we arrived, and the door, I could see somebody inside, but the door was shut. We'd actually missed it.
Oh
no. And I think was it one day, or maybe it was the last day, or I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Or maybe it was the opening. So I failed to get to it. Apologies, but I tried. So
that's okay. Yeah, I appreciate the effort. You're having fun.
So anyway, and actually I said to Lindsay, who's the museum, they're the designers who are over the project, because there's going to be 3 sculptures and there's audio interpretation. And I said, when we finished everything up, we will meet up in the G Hotel for a cocktail. She's very excited about that. So you're very welcome if you want to come.
Sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never had a cocktail in there.
If you're not gone off to New Zealand.
But they must be pretty good if they kept you chatting there for so long. So
yeah,
yeah,
a bit too good. So look, thank you so much for coming on for video, and I'll see how I get on with splicing it into the bit in the workshop. And I think it'll be really interesting for people and to see your beautiful work as well, because there is an exhibit room in the workshop as well. So we saw lots of other pieces and how it was made and everything. So it's very, very exciting. And when do you think your piece will be finished?
Well, I was just going to say, I'm heading to the Hinch this weekend, or actually Thursday, Friday, and I was thinking I'd bring the piece up, so it should be ready by Thursday.
Oh my goodness! Well, that's a surprise. That's amazing. So I'll get on to the guys. That's fantastic.
If that's okay, yeah.
Of course. I can't wait to see the finished thing. So yeah, so thank you so much, Davin. And look, if there's anything else we want to add, I've put it in the show notes, and we can be in touch anyway. So
okay,
thank you for being my first video culprit.
No problem. I'm looking forward to seeing it.